Hey guys, and welcome back to Should Have Turned Left. I'm Ben, Canadianized on the forums at the Canadianized on Twitter.
And I'm Riley, Spartan Ryari63 on the forums.
Yeah, and today we're playing against each other in Fire Support 50 points. I decided to randomly spin my Warlock this time around to see what would happen. I am playing Chromac 2, Champion of the Worm. Hooray, Rathrock! His battle group is Riphorn Satyr, Warple Stalker, Getrix, Gorax. He also has a Druid Wilder attached. I brought a Blackclad Wayfarer, a Bloodweaver Night Witch, Druids with UA, and 5 points of Shifting Stones.
I'm playing Protectorate of Menoth, and I've got High Exemplar Krios, that's Krios 1. In his battle group are 2 Reckoners. We have an Exemplar Errant Seneschal, a Reclaimer Solo, Vassal of Menoth, another Vassal of Menoth, 2 Knights Exemplar Seneschals, Eris, Angel of Retribution, Rax, Min unit of Choir of Menoth, a max unit of Holy Zealots with Monolith Bear, and a max unit of Exemplar Errants with the Errant UA.
And I went with Bunker for my objective off of default.
I went with Fuel Cache because that's what I always take.
I won the die roll and decided to go first. Why'd you pick that side, Riley?
Pick that side because besides the Errants, Menoth doesn't do particularly well dealing with rough terrain, which there's a lot of kind of in the deployment zones over there. So I picked the other side so I could get a little bit more free movement and be able to get my forces up the board a bit quicker.
Nice. For anybody wondering, those wood trays, I guess you can call them, that I have on my side, I just got my dice tray from Wormwood Gaming, that Kickstarter, and that thing is pretty. Really pretty.
It is.
My deployment's pretty simple. Well, most of my deployments are pretty simple, going for centralize everything. I have Chromac from the behind the water because I know he can move through it. Riphorn to try to get between the water and the objective. Stalker behind the forest because he can move through it. Getrix to move between the forest and the objective. And Gorax to trail behind. Wilder to be where she needs to be. And I just decided to be a bit of a jerk and set up my AD while Riley's doing his deployment.
You'll see, go for a bit of a block deployment. I have the White Reckoner lined up a little bit far outside, and then the Black Reckoner right next to Krios, and then the block of the Zealots. Choir lined up behind, Reclaimer lined up behind, and the 2 Vassals with their Warjacks that they're tasked to. Then you see me here just setting up my Errants, going ahead and getting them kind of in their battle line that they're set, and make sure I've got everybody in there. The placement of the Seneschal was still a bit crappy. I really need to figure out something else new with him. The racks go down in their general triangle format so that I can pull from them pretty much wherever I am on the board. And Eris goes up next to the rack.
By the way, I want to say hi to everybody that has come to check out our channel off of Wargamer Girl. Holy cow, there are a lot of you compared to before that video dropped, so that's pretty exciting for me.
Yeah, thanks for coming over, guys. The views mean a lot.
Yeah. Alright, so first turn, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, Errants can walk and shoot with the threat range of 15 inches, so we start 19 inches apart. I can probably move my Druids about 4, move them at an angle to pop clouds, and hopefully not die. So they're doing that, and I do mess up a little bit here. I realize it partway through. You see me measure melee ranges to make sure I have a couple inches between a few druids so that a heavy war beast, a large base, can fit between them. Other than that, I already know I've ended up blocking in a couple areas, and well, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Luckily, I'm Circle, and I have Shifting Stones.
Shifting Stones.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I kind of miss playing Circle. It's like, Legion has been fun. I'll probably still play them for a while, but yeah, I love Circle. Anyways, measuring 4 inches off the leader stone, you're gonna see me measure 8 off of the Stonekeeper in a little bit as well. When you place models, you cannot legally place them outside of formation. So you pick where you want to place the model. You see if it's in formation. If it's wrong, you pick a new spot. So that's what I ended up doing. That's why measure 4 inches. The purple stone was out. I scoot that back to where it's in a legal spot. Because that's the thing. Anyways, this is something I don't do with Chromac often. I just dump Fury and run. I already knew I had the Riphorn blocked in, so Chromac himself can be a pretty aggressive piece, so I'm just going to get him up there.
It's true. Chromac, while yes, he's your Warlock, the nice thing about him is he functions essentially like another heavy beast.
Yeah.
Because of his ability to tank. If you have sprint, you can pull him back, and also his ability to just buy with corpses as opposed to using his Fury. So he functions. He functions as another heavy beast that can cast spells. It's great.
Yes. Also, if he's full on corpses, that's 10 Fury versus your 4 Fury beast.
It's true.
He can be a monster.
Yeah, I've seen him unit surf before. It's impressive.
He doesn't really unit surf, though, because he can't advance after hitting, but he has destroyed several models in region.
Let's just say the placement on the unit was really bad.
Yeah. Those are fun. Anyways, this is, I think, the first game I've actually used the Blood Witch as well.
Definitely.
So, I was going to try to give her her maiden voyage. Anyways, look like I've read everything up and passed my turn.
So, allocation, 1 to each Reckoner. Pretty simple. Earlier, Ben was talking about max threat range of 15 on the Errants. Problem is he forgot that they have Assault. And so, with Assault, their max threat range actually goes up to 18. And so, I mean, first off, you see, I put Eris forward just to try and take out one of the Druids. I think she misses.
My pretty dice tray.
And then here, the Errants go ahead and do their Assault order. So they move 8 up the board.
Yeah.
And charge a bunch of the Druids.
While you're doing your movements, you have no idea how happy I was going, where's the solo? Where's the solo? Oh, the solo's back there. Oh, I might survive some of this.
It's true. My placement on the solo, I generally place it in the back because I want it to survive. I should probably put it in the front line and have it move first.
Well,
so that
at least have it move first.
Yeah, and so, I mean, placement kind of depends on the army, but c'est la vie. Yeah. So here we go. I've measured everybody up and made sure everybody's in command. We're taking shots. I shoot at the black clad because I just enjoy killing Ben's black clads, which I do.
For some reason.
I just really like killing the black clads. It's a lot of fun.
So, you have Sacred Ward, and my best way of killing Errants with the black clad is a spray.
Don't care. So here we go. I need boxcars to hit these druids, which is really rough. I mean, boxcars doesn't necessarily matter.
Like I said, I was very, very happy to realize that solo was back there.
There were a couple that were in range of the solo.
Yep.
And those were the ones that mattered. Because I'm pretty sure all of the ones that were in range of the solo ended up hitting.
And that dude.
And they ended up killing. So even though I need boxcars, I think I rolled a boxcars right there. Even though I needed boxcars, I end up killing 3 of the druids on turn 1, which is huge because he can't lay down clouds. His anti-magic bubble is now 3 inches smaller than it would be, which, if this wasn't Krios 1, it might have mattered, but Krios 1 is essentially a feet walking. So, if there's no kill box, Krios 1 likes to hide back, kind of like where he is right now. So I advanced Krios up in a Cast Lamentation. Right here, I'm kind of debating putting up Defender's Ward on the Errants. And then decide that I don't want to. I'd rather camp the focus and just put Lamentation up because if by chance he happens to get something onto Krios, maybe the 2 focus will help out. But I mean, Krios is bad enough stats, it probably won't matter anyways. But
I think you're used to me playing Legion at this point where I have guns. Circle doesn't normally have too many guns.
That's true.
Well, okay, no.
I'm a little out of practice of playing Circle at this point in life. It's true.
This particular list doesn't reach out and touch you in horrible, horrible places like some of my others. Oh,
that's a very true statement.
I love
Blood
my Cassius
trackers are
list so
unfortunate.
Much. Them too. I might have to play more Fauna 2 at some point.
But here, just
Or
kind of moving up the
1-on-1.
support pieces. The Errants moved up and got a run. Not the Errants, the Zealots moved up, got a run, did warding. Support pieces move up. Prey shielding because why the heck not? The Vassals move up. One casts Enliven, the other one just runs. And then my two Seneschals just kind of do their flanking maneuver like I like them to do. I really like them just kind of to anchor the sides of the army and be really obnoxious because they don't die. And so they can deny points and can deny dominations
Speaking
and stuff.
of models to hate, oh, I do not like those guys so much.
And there's pass turn.
Yep. So my turn. A little less than half my druids are gone, which, whatever. It happens. I'm going in with the plan. I want to kill a bunch of errants. Flat grievous wounds is amazing because that means what was it called? Bond of Brothers? Or
So they have
what's it?
Like sacrificial lamb or something like that,
like
where
that. They can
within 3
send
inches
somebody
they can sacrifice somebody else and heal a point. But the grievous wounds makes it to where
They
the
can't
healing
be
doesn't
healed.
happen. So essentially, if you do sack, both models die.
Yes, because
which
the
is
one model
really ugly.
dies to your sack, and then the other guy can't heal, so he ends up dying anyways.
It's really ugly, to be honest.
So yeah, I moved my Druid Wilder up, put Sprint onto the Blood Witch, thinking there's no D ward. I can do this. There's 3 zealots or 3 errants there. I can potentially kill. Kill the one I charge. Step back. Kill the next one. Step over a little bit. Kill the third one, and then sprint to get Eris in melee. So I hit and
On the
wah,
charge,
wah.
plinks on the armor.
Wah, wah. So second melee attack because she has 2 of them. Cup for life for boost, and plan fails.
Plinks on 5.
Plan fails miserably, and my Blood Witch is now fired.
So the Blood Witch, which I think should probably get another try. Dice can be fickle sometimes. But for this game, definitely fired.
Oh, she's fired for this game. Totally fired for this game. No, I'm going to try her again. I have a second one that I need to build, and I need to build Death Wolves, and then I actually really want to play Kruger 1.
I've seen them run really well with Morvana 2 as well.
Oh,
can be a lot
yeah,
of fun
because
with Morvana
rerolls
too.
are just bonkers.
It's true.
Yeah, I need to build a second one.
And it's a solo, so I mean, it's not like it's that much effort to build.
No, it's a very small solo. I don't have time anymore.
It's true. It is a small solo, and looking at it, I was reminded a lot of an Infinity miniature because it's just so small.
It is. But, oh, she can pack a punch.
Very true.
Just
not
not
in this
turn.
game.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, and the other thing is I've been focusing on Legion for this year. Well, ever since War Machine Weekend last year up until this point where I'm going, okay, yeah, I kind of miss Circle enough to start wanting to play them again.
So for anybody that doesn't know, that's November 2015. War Machine Weekend generally happens in
Was it November?
November. So
Okay.
he's been playing Legion pretty consistently for roughly
Exclusively
5
since
months almost.
Holy cow! Wow, I made it longer than I thought.
Ben's
But-
kind of a Circle addict. If you haven't found
Yeah,
out that
yeah. I am a druid. Totally a dirt worshipping, tree hugging.
hippie.
Yes.
So, why did you move Chromac like this? Just out of curiosity, because you moved him.
To get Carnage to where I wanted the Stalker to berserk.
All right, because I saw you move him like that, and I went, "Wow, I'm surprised he wasn't more aggressive with him." Because you also feeded this turn.
Yes, and that was one charging Reckoner for sure. So a charging Reckoner, a knockdown feat, and a bunch of Zealots that could still probably get there that I can't kill, or enough of them can get there, and I can't kill enough of them with the Stalker right now, and if I put him in melee, you pop me, knock me down, and yeah, putting Chromac forward probably means he dies on your feet turn next turn.
Which,
So-
I knew that part, but I wasn't sure why you didn't just sprint him with, like, the Druid Wilder or something like that. And
Because you can deny it. I'm going to spend 3 for Carnage no matter what.
Mhm.
If I go in, because the things he can kill right now are errants, and if you just
with
sack
the
them
sack.
off,
Okay,
I never
sure.
trigger sprint.
Sure.
I never get the corpses, so I'm spending all of my transfers trying to get a corpse and to trigger sprint, and
Sure.
that is not a good plan.
Sure. I guess for some reason I was thinking that Chromac had grievous wounds.
No, he
because
doesn't.
I know because he's using Wrathrock, and I know that
yeah,
Madrak, when Madrak has Wrathrock, has grievous wounds.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I guess I just thought he's using the same weapon. He has the same rules.
No,
Interesting.
Wrathrock
I wonder
in Chromac's
why.
hands is nowhere near as good as it is in Madrak's.
It's interesting.
It makes me sad, but at the same time, I have Wrathrock, bitches.
So here goes Getterix into
Yep.
the Errants to do a lot of damage.
Yep. And I put a beast without Pathfinder in rough terrain. But you know what? He's up front and annoying, and I'm totally okay with that. And frankly, I would rather Getterix die than the Stalker, which is why I usually commit him a bit earlier and try to counterpunch.
And the other thing about Getterix is Getterix being Def 14, Arm 9?
Arm 17 base.
Arm 17.
He's 19 under feet, and if
yeah.
he's engaging somebody else, it's another +2 armor.
So
he has a
he's a really obnoxious model to try and get rid of because he's hard to
Yeah.
hit at Def 14. A lot of things are going to have to roll a fairly decent roll to hit that.
Yep.
And then he's pretty decent armor as well. So he makes a pretty good roadblock. Kind of expensive, but pretty good.
Expensive. My favorite place for him, though, is probably with Baldur 1.
My favorite place for him is not on the table.
That's my other list, and it's usually Cassius. Anyways, I move my druids up, try to get some, well, as far as I can, try to get some clouds where they would be annoying. Almost accidentally teleport a purple stone instead of a blue one with that unit. That happens on occasion. And dirtle my Gorax, because I'm going to totally steal your word and pass turn. I'm fairly happy with the production of my turn.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad turn. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I don't really have a chance to get near enough things that I want to kill. So I allocate 2 to one of the Reckoners. Eris goes up to try and kill the Druid Wilder, and I think roll Snake Eyes on damage, which I'm just going, God, I wanted to get rid of that Wilder, because then you can't hand out Sprint like that. But whatever. So the Choir goes up, the Choir battles, because I'm looking at Get going, I want to put as much damage on Get this turn. But I don't want to commit my Reckoners, because that would really stink. Because I don't want to lose my Reckoners yet, because they are essentially my armor cracking for this list.
Yep.
So
and my list, well, I'm Circle, I have glass cannons, but it's still 3 heavies plus Chromac.
So here we go. I have a aimed, battled shot into Getterix, which hits. So he is flared, so he drops down from Def 14 to Def 12. I boost the damage and proceed to roll 14?
Yeah.
Something ridiculously gross like that.
I see 6/6, and the last die is missing.
And it's dice
I'm not going to be
minus-
able to slow that one down and figure it out.
I think I rolled a 6, 6, and a 5 because I did 13 damage. That was dice minus 4.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I do an ancillary attack here, and do...
that looks like a 3/3.
So I did 2 more damage, which isn't bad.
Yeah, no.
Isn't bad at all.
Not at all. Getterix's mind is out, but that got taken out on the first shot.
Yeah, I mean, doing 13 damage to Getterix will inevitably take out a column.
Yeah. Well, if you start in an even number, maybe not.
I guess so. It's true.
Either way.
It is what it is.
It's not my stalker.
It's
I'm
true.
Still okay
it's
with
not
that.
your stalker. It's not your stalker.
It's not my sprint animus.
So here the Errants are activating, and they're just kind of... They've essentially done their job. They absorbed the alpha. They just sit there and took a crap ton of damage so that the rest of my army is fine.
From my Blood Witch. My
It's true.
Blood Witch!
And so here you see I'm doing charges. I'm getting things kind of up and obnoxious and in people's faces, wanting to take assault shots. And I realized that in order to keep everything in command, I can't charge the UA. So I just run him just to get things.
You could charge the UA. You could totally charge the UA into Getterix.
I could have, but I didn't want to charge him into Getterix.
You totally could have.
I could have, but I didn't want to.
I know.
I had other designs for Getterix.
Oh, I was a little surprised and a bit saddened because I was really hoping you would.
You know,
Armor 21 and then the melee.
maybe
yeah, I'd be happy.
maybe 7 months ago I would have done that. But I've improved as a player.
You have improved a lot as a player. That is for sure. You don't fall for a bunch of traps I set anymore. It's nice.
It's true. It's true. So here my errants are being essentially useless in their charges and their combats and everything. It's rough times.
Yeah, once again, you've gotten out of the Solo's command range, and you're in Druid Clouds. And, hey, Druid Clouds are doing their job.
It's true. But the thing is, I hit and killed a Blood Witch.
Yeah.
And I think, to be honest, I think I rolled one less dice.
You officially fired her for me.
I rolled one less dice than I needed to on the damage, but it didn't matter because I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh, no. That you didn't successfully charge her, so that is the proper.
But they're weapons masters.
Oh, they're right. They're weapons masters.
But whatever. Then I failed to do any damage on a stone with a weapon
No, you did
charge.
2 points, I think.
I did 2 points,
you did 2 points
on the assault shots, but I didn't do anything on the... So here we go. The Reclaimer moves up and communes 2.
Yeah.
I really like the Reclaimer because it essentially takes a load off of my casters, who a lot of Menoth casters really need the focus camp.
Yeah, those guys are really good, and it's actually difficult to stop them from picking up a bunch of souls.
And so there, I aimed and shot Getorix, and I didn't need to boost because I was standing still. Maybe Rat 9, essentially. He was Def 12. I needed 3s.
Yep.
There's an ancillary attack into him, and 4 Reckoner shots later,
and dead.
Getorix is dead. Which you see my thumbs up for because I hate Getorix. I hate him with a burning passion. And so seeing him off the table before he did a lot of damage was great. Him taking out only 3 errants, essentially, and then me taking him out without having to trade my Reckoners.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
That is bummer.
Huge.
See, that's one of those... I probably should have had up Wild Aggression, or not Aggravator. Give my entire battle group hyper aggressive. But the other problem is I did put a Beast without Pathfinder in a rough terrain patch, so Getters probably still would have died.
It's true. But so once again, there you see.
But I could have gotten him in melee with Errants, and that would have been so much better.
True, he would have been...
Anyways.
Def 16 at that point, because he was flared.
You're correct. He was flared,
but
then he would still be in melee and armor 21.
That's true. The arm 21 would have stopped that.
Yeah, 16-21. That is not something to be trifled with.
I greater destinied the Zealots here and warded them, so they're essentially untouchable. Chromac has a spell that can hurt them. Primal Shock.
Primal Shock is amazing.
But I'm sitting here going, if he commits Getorix to killing some of my Zealots, the game's going to be over anyways. And so
You just killed Getorix.
Oh, not Getorix. I meant Chromac. I'm sorry.
Chromac.
Gotcha. If you commit Chromac to killing a bunch of my Zealots with Primal Shock, the game's going to be over pretty quick anyways. Because that's going to leave Chromac just kind of hanging out there.
Yep.
Krios moves up, pulls one off the rack, which doesn't explode. Fantastic. I pulled one off essentially just to give him kind of a focus camp. Then I passed turn.
Yep. So I'm looking at this turn going, hey, there are only 3 models in my zone. I can dominate that. Can I kill his objective? So I'm sitting there very much scenario-minded going, okay, Krios is behind his objective. He's not going to be able to get to his zone. I can pretty much ignore it. I need to make sure I still have a presence over there because in 2 turns, Krios could start dominating over there. But for the most part, I can just focus all my efforts on killing the rest of the errants, killing that stupid Seneschal that doesn't like to die, and thank God he's not in his zone right now. Oh, man. That dude. When that dude is actually contesting, he can be the most infuriating model to try to deal with. Because he's knocked down, technically still alive, and contesting at the end of my turn.
Any Menoth faithful out there, buy 2 of them.
Use that thing.
They're fantastic.
Oh
They're 3 points each, 6 points to get 2 of them.
And scenario monsters.
But at the same time, they pack a massive punch, because when they get angry, they have 2 POW Strength 13 Weapon Master hits. Yeah. One of which is on a charge. One of them has killed Mort Nebra. She had full health, and he killed her
that is
without
amazing.
the smite.
Ow.
It was with Krios too, but I didn't have to use his feet swing.
Oh,
They're fantastic.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Go buy one, if not two.
That's still Krios 2, where you don't have to roll to hit.
It's true, but they're also Mat 8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're still reliably hitting a lot of things.
They are. But still,
Now, that aside, back to the game.
Whatever. It's a model in this game that oh, man. Anyway, so I'm looking at what I'm wanting to do. I'm trying to see, okay, I think my Riphorn does have a 10.5 teleport to beat up the objective, but in order for him to do that, there is one specific errant in the way. So since there's one errant in the way, I have to figure out how to kill 3 or 4 errants.
Because the Seneschal can also do the sack, which is fantastic.
And I think, is that your Seneschal that's kind of in the middle?
The Seneschal is sitting in the middle between the UA and the Bannerman, and then the errant Seneschal with
and
the 2
that's
swords.
the one that needed to die. So that was going to be a royal pain in my butt. And I could do exactly what I wanted to with 3 teleports if I had 3 sets of stones. But alas, I only have 2. So I just opt for make sure I can dominate the zone. Putting 2 beasts up front to kill the objective and not dominate. You still have 2 Reckoners. You still have your feet. I could still probably lose 2 heavies. So I'm going to opt for not. I do cast Carnage. I cast Carnage before I murder Eris. Chromac murdered Eris. Yay.
It's a true statement. Which is okay because, I mean, Eris is in there, but Eris's value is more against other lists than this one, to be honest.
She's still a defense 16 contesting model in the zone.
It is true, but
that if I try to reach out and touch her not in melee, I kill myself because I miss her, and it's with a spell.
True.
That has happened before. It sucked. Speaking of Blacklads dying, it really is a sad thing when you kill your own.
I think it's totally appropriate.
Oh, my vanilla porter's out. Why did I grab it? Alright, so started up. In this game, I'm drinking a vanilla porter from Breckenridge Brewery. I think it's pretty decent for a flavor beer.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the pinnacle of flavored beer, but it's not bad.
Not even. No, but it's a pretty good one, and I like porters. So, I am on to one of my favorites, the Left Hand Milk Stout Nitro. And, oh, I love this thing.
Dangerous thing about those is they go down like water. It's pretty impressive.
I gotta show you the not the milk stout. They have an Imperial Stout on Nitro. That is also amazing. You can get that at Total Wine in a 4-pack.
So let's see here.
Stalker killed a bunch of stuff. Knocked down the accursed Seneschal. And
yes, you did. You were very obnoxious to the Seneschal, and then you sprinted away.
Yeah, sprinted away to the very edge of my control area, and still in the zone contesting, which I don't know why he's contesting. You aren't going to run Krios. Whatever.
I don't know why you put him there, but you did.
It's also to keep... No. It was also to keep Zealots.
Try and tie the Zealots
Yeah.
up. That was my guess, because I'd
already... bit of a focus.
Because I've already feeded... Or not feeded. I'd already mini-feeded with them, so they can't just walk through your free strikes and ignore them, which is really funny to watch somebody the first time you walk through all of their free strikes with Greater Destiny Zealots, and they go, "This unit is broken!" And
I know, right?
Yeah,
welcome to War Machine Hordes. Every faction has stuff that is broken, yet you learn to deal with it, and you learn there really isn't anything that is truly broken. It's like, hey, I have the Blood Witch with Killing Spree and 2 attacks, and she can use her life to boost and heal after she kills a living model, and she's in a faction with Sprint and all kinds of other things, and she didn't kill a single model this game.
I would agree with you that nothing is really broken, except the fact Crix's curses are definitely broken.
Oh,
you don't have to hit with those.
Yeah.
And they debuff like nobody's business. that is broken.
They debuff for specific models that are already slow, speed 5, knights have reach.
Definitely.
Model unit is a bit rough, but if you do mixed deployment, or
It's true. It's true.
if you can make it so that Tartarus has to charge in order to even get the curse off,
Mm-hmm. It's true.
like there are still ways to deal with everything in this game.
Definitely.
Yes, curse automatically happens. Whatever, you go from Mat 6 to Mat 8 and you get a little extra speed buff for specific models. It's basically prey advantage without the damage buff.
Sure. So here we go.
Speaking of abilities that just happened.
Yeah, I feed it. And so everything within 14 inches is knocked down, and it doesn't require line of sight, which is great. So this turn, I'm sitting here thinking, I can't get to Chromac, so I'm going to ignore Chromac and just basically do my best to just hamstring him and take out all of his beasts.
And you can't get to Chromac because my feed is already spent, and I don't want that Reckoner to charge me on not my feed turn.
It's true. So I say, you know what? I'm going to try and take care of some beasts. I knock down all of his beasts, which is awesome. I even got the Gorax in the back, which was at like the far 14. So here we see White Reckoner charges up into the Rip Horn. I wasn't charging for free, unfortunately.
Yay!
I was just barely out, but the assault shot hits. I don't think it does a lot of damage.
No.
But that's okay.
You got the flare off.
The flare's down, which doesn't really matter because you're knocked down anyways. And then I start swinging
Yeah.
at straight dice, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
P plus S 19, auto hitting because you're knocked down. I use
right,
all two of them. Ancillary attack. There goes the first. There goes the first beast.
Yep.
You see me measuring some control here, checking stuff out, seeing kind of what I need to do with my life. Zealots go ahead and fervor. Because he's knocked down, I can ignore the Stalker because the Stalker can't free strike at me.
Exactly.
So here I'm able to kind
He
of...
does not have a melee range. He cannot be engaged, so you don't have to worry about any of that. You can chuck your bombs wherever you please.
I hit the Stalker several times moving these Zealots because the Stalker's sword is just really obnoxious. But here you see me kind of...
Like, while that particular one is removable, I'm not removing it. I'm kind of happy. That is a sword I'm fairly proud of the way it turned out.
Oh, sure.
Obsidian.
Here you see me kind of setting up a firing line with my Zealots over there.
Which would be an amazing berserk.
But I'm not terribly worried about it. You see here, I part the Red Sea to make a path for the Reckoner.
Yep.
And then I throw at the downed Stalker and roll Snake Eyes. So it rolls off, doesn't do a lot of damage to him, which is like, well, son of a gun. Whatever. I think I end up hitting the Druid and one of my own Zealots. And I kill both of them, which is great.
Yeah. I'm realizing I have the camera pointed a bit too far up because I'm missing so many of your rolls.
A little bit. The dice rolls are a bit off because I roll in essentially the same spot on the table every game.
You do.
But
I'm going, darn it, I can't count these. This sucks.
It is what it is. I hit the Stalker again. So here we go. That was me rolling on... Am I rolling on the Gorax now, I believe?
Yeah.
I believe I'm rolling... So here we go. Now I start rolling on the Gorax.
Now you do the Gorax, yep.
I start rolling on the Gorax. I just did all of the throwing at the Stalker, doing some damage. A decent amount of damage, I think. I think I hit with the other two and did a fairly large amount of damage. Throwing on the Gorax, I'm like, if I can get rid of the Gorax with the Zealots, that's a huge advantage. Because then I don't have to commit my Jacks or anything else to trying to get to that Gorax. Rolling Snakes to miss on a Gorax is great because it's only armor 16. Fervor Zealot bombs are 14. I'm doing dice -2.
Yep.
Average rolls, you should take it out with.
Fervor to 6 and it's a Death 12 beast. It's like, no, knockdown is just awesome. By the way, the tokens I'm using or placing on his models, they're aimed, or one side says fired, the other side says aimed. They're from use on minis. Get them.
So there goes the Gorax, and then I went ahead and got rid of one of the stones just to cripple the teleport.
Oh yeah,
I figured it was good. And then the other stone goes down.
Both of us knew that was totally going to happen.
Which, yeah, I mean, it needed to happen, but I wanted to make sure it didn't come back to bite me. Then here you see an angry Seneschal charge into the Stalker. Yep. Auto hitting on the charge, power strength 13, dice -4. I think I roll something just bananas here. It's stupid.
And I have the camera too high up.
But if I remember right, you had 2 boxes left.
Something like that.
And I roll enough.
There he's
and
dead.
The Seneschal takes care
There he's dead.
of the
the
Stalker.
Warpwolf Stalker.
And so I'm sitting here going, what do I do with my Reckoner? Because my Reckoner
Yep.
was going to go up and take care of it.
Yep.
But I'm like, okay, I almost activate him, but I move the right model and give him just 1 because I didn't need to give him 2.
Yep.
He
You
boosts a
learned
shot
from
at the Wilder.
last turn.
Yep. He boosts a shot at the Wilder, needing to hit because I know it's P plus S 15. He's gonna power strength whatever that is 15. It's
Yep.
the gun. Kills the Wilder. No more handing out things. Not like it matters because there aren't any beasts left, but still.
There aren't any beasts left, but I still have Chromac.
You do still have Chromac,
And
so you
he
essentially
is a beast.
so you essentially still have 1 heavy.
Yep. You put nothing in the zone, so now I'm at 2 control points, and my goal is, alright, kill the Reckoner, and pray I can keep Chromac alive, block the other Reckoner from getting in, and that would force you to either run a choir member or zealots, of which it requires running, meaning they aren't attacking.
It's true.
Yeah, hope and a prayer that if Chromac lives at the end of your turn, I might be able to get to 4 control points. And if I do that, I can win on scenario. Because at the end of this turn, I'm going to be at 3, no matter what.
It's true.
So, Chromac, speaking of being another heavy, is going after that Reckoner.
He's going ham on the Reckoner. The problem is, because of Ashen Veil, it actually caused you some problems. Not much of a problem.
Not much of a problem.
But I think you rolled at least 1-3.
I did
in there,
right there.
Without the Ashen Veil,
yeah,
that would have hit. And so you end up using your entire stack.
That I do.
Not like it
but
matters.
But I kill him. I
it's
succeed.
True. You kill him. Not like it matters because there's not any beasts left to transfer
exactly.
to.
It just means I have to hurt myself more in later turns.
I mean that hurts. You used all of the corpses and all of your fury trying to get rid of an 8-point model.
Yeah. So I had 2 corpses at the time, so effectively, well, that is 9 attacks, or a free charge plus 9 bot attacks to kill a single heavy jack.
And you were doing dice -2.
Yeah.
You were doing dice -2. So, I mean, some unfortunate dice at that point, but to be honest,
I completed my goal, who cares?
This game was pretty good on dice. There weren't too many bad dice spikes in it.
No, there really weren't.
So you've jammed up really bad afterwards. Here.
Yes.
And so I'm sitting here looking at it saying, how can I clear a lane for my Reckoner to get to Chromac? Because I know that the Reckoner can take Chromac. I got a free charge. I'm going to flare you, which I can boost the hit on that. Drops you down to def 12.
Yep, 14-18 is an awesome stat line.
At Mat 8, though, Mat 8, Power Strength 19, I'm not concerned about not putting Chromac into the ground here.
No.
And so I'm sitting here saying, how can I get this to work out? Here you see, I'm looking at the Seneschal saying, how can I get the Seneschal over to that Stonekeeper? He ends up having enough movement to get next to him.
Yep, and I put the shifting stone in a spot. You couldn't charge him, but you can still advance over.
I think I missed the first swing, but the second swing goes, Power Strength 11, Weapon Master, more than enough to take care of him.
Yep.
So he's out of the way. There's one. Now here, I'm looking at my Zealots going, what can I do with my Zealots? They're going to have to get some work done. So I'm in the back arc. I turn around to get myself into combat with that Druid that's looking at the Reckoner.
Straight at the Reckoner.
Because the Reckoner needs to get the flare off. I need the flare to go off on the Reckoner. So I'm saying I can't trample. I have to charge. So here you see me. That Zealot's going to be in the way of the charge.
Yeah.
So I actually take a Zealot and put the Zealot behind him and just intend, this Zealot will hopefully kill this Druid, and then this Zealot will punch his friend in the back of the head and kill him.
Yeah, I mean, before doing that, you even asked me, can I attack my own models?
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
sure.
I know I can charge my own models, but can I just regular melee attack them? Because he started in his back arc, so he's def 10 against Mat 6.
Yep.
So I need 4s, Power Strength 9. It's pretty sure I'm gonna kill him. Here I'm not sure what I'm throwing at, what I'm rolling at. I was unsure.
Started with the druid.
I was checking the power strength on the mace.
That's right.
So I kill the druid, which is great. Then I punch my own zealot in the back of the head.
And you succeed.
Got him out of the way. Now here, I'm going to start chucking some bombs at that other druid because I need to get him out of the way. He needs to disappear.
No, he doesn't.
He needs to disappear this turn.
He doesn't.
So I missed the first one, and it scatters off of him, which is but it wasn't a bad scatter because I ended up catching your other druid.
Yeah, other druid, stone.
And the stone. I didn't really hurt the stone, but I think I killed the druid. No, I didn't kill the druid. I clinked on a 3.
Not on that one. Yeah.
Here I throw. I think I hit him there. Nope. Scattered off. We're trying to figure out how things are going to work out. I think hit him or something. He ends up dying this turn.
Yep.
Essentially.
There he goes. There he's dead.
He dies. He's gone.
And I passed my command check with the only time you actually want to roll snake eyes.
Yeah, really.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'm throwing dice. I'm looking at the clock going, I've got 18 minutes. I've got some time. I can afford to do some blast rolls here. Just see if I can kill some stuff, practicing those tournament skills of getting kill points and getting tournament points and whatnot. So you see me killing stuff here. I'm trying to do my best.
Never mind that. You kill a model with reach. It just makes the reckoner's job easier.
It's true. I mean, I'm not too concerned about a free strike off of... No. That's an unhurt reckoner. Taking a free strike off of a druid.
A POW 10, yeah.
I'm not. It's a dice -9. I'm not too concerned about it. Anyways, he disappears. And then I got to throw at the objective. Realize it's bunker. So I'm doing 1 dice of damage, and I just go, forget this.
Yep, because there was an earlier turn where I'm going, why did I not take fuel cache? I am going to blame not playing Circle in quite some time and getting to the point where I almost never use Arcane Wonder.
Right. So Krios activates, pulls one off the rack explodes, and I'm just going to throw some spells into Chromac to see if I can hurt him. So here I boost this to get a 7. I hit him. It's a POW strength 12. It's immolation, and I roll boxcars.
Yep.
So I do 6 points of damage by 2 more immolation. Yeah, making it way easier. But I do 2 more immolations and do absolutely nothing.
Yep.
That's okay. I almost mess up here. You see me like nope. Chess move. I didn't take my finger off of the model.
But you measured.
It's true, I did. Which we all know was going to happen.
Yeah. But this is not an actual tournament game. There is no point in being that much of a dick.
So I hit him with the flare.
Yep.
Which
you
does.
Boosted, you made sure that worked.
I don't think it did too much damage. It may have done enough. I'm not auto hitting, but I'm not needing that bad to hit with the charge. Yeah. Buy an attack. I roll. There it is.
And
Chromac goes down.
Yep. So, say what I want. I still blame not playing Circle in a while. I should have feeded with Chromac a turn later than I did.
Definitely.
But at the same time, on that turn, with all the gunshots that you put into Getterix and killed him, that could still be really, really bad with Chromac, should you have gotten to him and killed him.
It's true. When you had transfers.
Yeah.
And you had none of your beasts were hurt at the moment, so I mean, there's not a huge chance of Chromac going down to a ranged assassination.
No, but my beast can still go down from transfers, and that was not the turn I went super hot. That wasn't the turn I went super low. Yeah. I would have had to cut myself anyways.
I mean, the thing I've learned with Krios 1's feat is it can be really tempting to use it in certain situations, and it's also it's a very easy mistake to make to try and hold on to it for the assassination mode. When in this game, I could have held on to it to try and get to Chromac, but I looked at it and went, all of your beasts are within my feat range, and I can get stuff onto them. I would rather kill all your beasts, essentially get rid of the majority of your army, and then just let Chromac sit here and try to boss his way through the entire army. Which
Chromac
he can, but what's the likelihood of that happening? Especially when he has to go through 2 Reckoners.
Oh yeah. Losing Getterix for no retaliation, that really hurt.
Oh, that was possibly one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah, for you.
For me. For you it sucks, but for me, getting rid of, because what is he, an 11-point model?
Yep.
So he's a 5th of your army, and I didn't have to trade one of my jacks. I just sat there and shot.
And you didn't even have to use your feet to do it either,
It's true.
Which is even better.
I sat there, aimed, boosted, took care of business.
Yep.
It was great.
Yep. So, no, there was that. To be honest, Cromac 2, I know a lot of people love him. He is not my favorite.
I mean, he's not bad.
He's not bad at all.
But as far as the stable of circle
agree.
casters go, I would say there's better choices out there.
Yeah. And I against you specifically, I actually don't like Cromac 2 as a drop in general because you play Krios 1, you play Krios 2. When I'm playing a faction with a bunch of glass cannons and with melee glass cannons and you just automatically hit,
and it's funny.
One of my favorite games against you is still, I think it was Krios 2.
Was that the puzzle game?
The puzzle
That
game.
was actually Vindictus.
That was Vindictus?
I threw a Vindictus list at you with every exemplar known to mankind in the list.
That's what it was.
But yes, I don't know why I do this. I guess I do this because I want to get more of the men-off casters I want to get proficient with them. So I can play with people like Thyra, who nobody uses, and frankly isn't that great of a warcaster. No. But I want to use her. But Krios is really my bread and butter.
Yeah,
and I
totally
understand how Krios works. I'm good with all three forms of him, and so I tend to get away from him, and then I go back to playing him, and I remember why I love Krios so much. It's games like this where I sit here and go, I love Krios.
Yeah,
and I don't know why I play him. Why I don't play him as much, but I guess being
I don't know. I guess you also have that function of you don't want to play the same thing over and over and over and over again for too long.
It's true. It's true. I mean, but still.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it comes to the type of person. Some people are okay with that. Some aren't. Like, you know me. I have been playing Thagrosh 1 ever since I got back from War Machine Weekend and got that Blightbringer.
It's true. You've been playing that Thags 1 list for 5 months straight.
Yeah. It shows when I'm I have actually played that list enough to know it. At the same token, I have played this Cromac 2 list several times to try to get to know it, and
I've played against it several times. This is not the first time I've played this Cromac 2 list.
Yep.
Come to think of it, didn't you play this Cromac 2 list at War Machine Weekend?
I
thought you took this in pairing with your Cassius, didn't you?
I did take this with...
was it with your Cassius or with your Kaya?
No, I did Cassius and Kruger 2.
Okay. Because I remember you talking about taking it to War Machine Weekend, but I wasn't sure.
No, I did still take it to War Machine Weekend, but no, for actual tournament pairing, it was Cassius Kruger 2, just because Cromac 2, while I've read about him, he's never really clicked with me, and so when it comes to actual armor cracking, I typically go Cassius, and then I did Kruger 2 to try to take over the Legion. Legion in particular is something that I saw in fault for Cassius, and then Cassius can take care of Crick, so I can do Kruger 2 to do other things.
Sure.
I don't know. It is awesome to have a Warcaster or a Warlock that can be a boss in hordes and just take care of business.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But I don't know. I mean, the model itself I'm super proud of because I managed to get him from the 10-year box.
And you painted him in 24 hours, right?
Yeah, I got him. The box came to my door, I came home, and I had him fully painted and based and ready to play in 24 hours, and I am super proud of that.
Definitely. I mean, like I said before, I think Cromac 2 is a good caster.
Yes.
And I think in some factions, he would be a really good caster.
Yeah.
But I think there are other casters that serve a little bit better purpose in Circle.
Yeah.
And also,
I would rate him about B. He's a caster I think
probably,
he is a caster that I very, very much think can get meted out.
Oh sure, and there are definitely some lists like the list I just played that aren't necessarily hard counters, but are definitely counters.
Yeah,
and it makes it because Cromac is very much reliant upon his beasts.
Yeah, well, very much reliant upon his beasts, and with the Druids and Primal Howl, he actually can function a lot off of trying to do a combination of very high defense with decent armor because, hey, I'm Circle, I'm glass cannons. What is great armor? It's part of the reason I have the Riphorn in there. Base arm 19 is pretty good on feet turn when you're sitting there with an arm 21. But train of thought gone.
But yeah,
Beer is good.
so obviously, I mean, he's not a bad caster in this
No.
list. Probably not the greatest drop in this
Right.
list. Which I mean,
Yeah, when I can't
thing
rely
is-
on my defense.
yeah, when you can't rely on your defense, and I think that really messes with several armies.
Yes.
Because I think that messes
yeah.
with Legion a lot too.
Yep.
Legion not quite as bad because the Angeliuses ignore the knockdown because it's Serpentine, but
Yeah.
against a Krios 2 list, which
Yes.
is just auto hitting, I know I've played.
Also, Ravagors have guns versus your 14-14.
It's true, but I've played Legion list with my Krios 2 list, and in one turn, killed 5 heavies.
Yeah.
On feet turn. Just dealt with the heavies and been like, okay, now what are you going to do? Because you don't have any animuses, you have to cut yourself to generate your focus, and you
Yep.
have no transfers.
Yep.
Have fun. So, I would say your Cassius list would have ripped this list to
Oh,
shreds.
yes.
This list
Oh,
would have
man,
been,
if I had
would have been
spun
destroyed
Cassius, that would have...
against your Cassius list.
Morvana 1 would have had a fun time on this list. I want to play... Okay. Here is my goal, guys. The next game I play on this channel, my goal is to have my second Blood Witch built and Death Wolves, and I am going to play Kruger 1.
Hopefully I'm not the person that has to play against that. Because that doesn't sound like a fun game.
What? Auto POW 10 AoEs. Suddenly, the Blood Witches have Reach on top of Killing Spree and Electro Leap and all kinds of other fun abilities.
Like I said, I don't want to play that. It doesn't sound like a fun game. I mean,
And I think I have 2 Riphorns in that one to try to deal with armor. Whatever.
I don't
That's
need
my
to
goal.
repeat myself.
It will happen on this channel at some point.
very good.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm done. How about you?
I think I've convinced myself out about this match. I think so.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe.
Share.
Yes.
Get the word out.
Yep. Indeed. I have a Twitter, I have a Twitter account at sturnedleft. I don't use it a whole lot, but hey, why not? Other than that, enjoy. We do listen to your feedback. I'm trying to do everything I can to take care of spoilers. There are certain people I have talked to, because that's a complaint we've gotten.
It's true.
On that, cheers. We'll see you next week.
Cheers. See you next week.
I hate Chromac 2 so much, and I killed him. Yes! Woo! Yes, yes, yes!
Yeah. Okay, there's my bad winner. Sorry.